Public schools throughout the nation, they absolutely need dedicated volunteers to carry out a variety of duties, and you can help be a part of molding the minds of young children. So today we're talking with a volunteer. His name is Kevin McDonald, and you're going to teach us a little bit more. Talk to me about the experience getting in the class and actually helping to change and foster learning in young individuals.
It was great. I was in the school system approximately 8 years ago. I did a lot of subbing, some long-term subbing. So I was a little hesitant to volunteer in the schools, but I went with elementary school children at Pottinger, Mary O. Pottinger on Carew Street, and I loved it. I was welcomed by the staff. The kids became very attached to me. I became very attached to them. I think it's an important thing to do, to volunteer. Because it fills gaps that the city, the state may not be able to fill. It also gives us an opportunity to reach out to our younger kids before they start to experience some of the problems that they may in the future.
And we were talking before the camera started rolling. People always, there's so many organizations here, and people are always asked to write a check and then another check. But this gives you the opportunity to volunteer your time, and that just might be more valuable.
Oh, it's absolutely more valuable. Money is one thing. Throwing money at a problem is great, but time is what is important. I saw educators that were very dedicated to what they were doing. They were overwhelmed. They quite often had classes of 25 with kids at different levels, different abilities to speak the language. It was overwhelming for a lot of them. And I also saw young people who suffered because of that. I think that it's very important not only to get volunteers to come into the school, but to get parents as well to be a part of this whole process.
And even if you're not volunteering in your kids' class, just knowing what's going on in the school system, becoming more involved as a parent makes those dinner time conversations that much better. It makes helping with the homework a little bit easier. It's so important that you kind of immerse yourself in your kid's life as much as you can.
Oh, absolutely, but don't get it mistaken. I'm not talking about just parents. For example, I don't have a child in the Springfield Public School system, but it's a way for me to give back to my community. It's a way for me to help younger people understand the things that they need to do in order to do the things that they want to do. I would particularly like to see people volunteer at Mary O. Pottinger on Carew, so we can demonstrate the power of presence. The more people we have available for the young people, I believe that we will see immediate results in scores and attitudes.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, I think a lot of people at home, what they might be thinking now is, well, I'd love to help, but I don't know how or at what capacity. So it maybe, for me, I'm not a math whiz, I'm not a science whiz, so I don't know how I would go about helping. How can people help, and how do you determine what you're going to do and be good at?
There's a number of ways to help. First of all, there's Read Aloud programs, there are mentorship programs, and you can be in the classroom. I love math. I'm not particularly good at math, but I'm good enough to help out a second grader. I'm good enough to help out a third grader. So anything that you can do, any amount of time that you can give, it will have a direct effect on our children, on our community, on our city.
And there are great ways to get involved here, as we're looking at right now. You can go to an open house or a PTA meeting, and then once you're there, you can see where the need is and where you can help. Because I'm sure if you ask a teacher where they're going to need help, they'll tell you. Oh,
they definitely will tell you. They kept me very busy. Sometimes I felt like there wasn't enough of me. I felt the same with kids as well. They craved the attention. They love to have someone around them that they can tell cares about them. An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, a week, a month.
And you might be thinking that you're doing it for the kids too, but I know I taught for a year, and there's that feeling, when you're either helping and a kid gets it, or you can see that light turn on, and that's more of a warm, fuzzy feeling than I think I've ever had before.
Absolutely, it's a great feeling. They have done more for me than I think that I have done for them.
I don't know, Kevin, you're doing a whole lot in our community.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
People can help. It's easy to do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You fill out a one-page application and a query form. It takes approximately 2 weeks. They're very efficient. They want your help as well.
Well, we can all do it. We can all do it together.
That's very easy.
Now, here's a story.